Yes. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and a very good afternoon to everyone. So today, I am Fatul Alim and he is Irfan. Our group was given the topic to present about the homesickness and transition from home to the university life. So I hope all of you will enjoy this presentation, inshallah. So, homesickness and transition from home to the university life. Actually, homesickness is apart from the transition from home to the university life. Homesickness is a subset of transition. So, I will present to you, our group will present to all of you about the transition, and homesickness is one of the transition that we as the student of the university have to face it. All of us will face homesickness rather than it is controlled or uncontrolled. So next slide. So the content of this presentation, firstly we will talk about the challenges. The first one, the transition of the education system. We will face a new education system. And then the next one is about the transition of the accommodation, which is the hostel. And the third one about the homesickness, why and symptoms. So we also, my friend will explain about the solution that we are going to do, which is the first one about the exercise regularly, and the next one, have enough sleep, eat healthily, and the last one is socialize ourselves. So next slide, introduction. What is the transition from home to the university life? It's actually a process of effort and time that students consume in order to understand the lifestyle of the university and apply it on themselves. The next one is about the homesickness, which is a feeling of longing for one's home during a period of absence from it. Or in other words, we are strongly missing our home, not only our home, everything inside our home, including the human, the accessories, the furniture, our pets, our cats, our friends, the surrounding of the hometown, and all of that. But we strongly miss it, and it lead to the mental issue, which is homesickness. And all of us will face this. So the next one, about the transition of education system. Basically, the education system in university is different with the secondary school. So this is the transition that we have to face. For the first one is about the complex and complicated education system. As we know that in this university, not only this university, all university, we will face the very different education system. Education system is in our secondary school is more simple, it's more direct, it's more basic rather than in university. In university, a lot of things we have to understand. We have to understand how to register our course and so on. So it's very different, and we have to know this. We have to ask our senior how the education system run in the university. So the next one is about the self-study planning. This is the challenges that we have to face, which is we have to plan our study plan for ourselves. There is no one who are going to help us. There is no one who are going to do our study planning. There is no study planning that we have to follow. We have to decide by ourselves. We have to register our course by ourselves. We have to register the course by ourselves, and no one will help us. So we have to understand the system and so on. For the next one, we have also to decide our major and minor program, which is very important, especially in the future when we are hunting for job. So this is the challenge, which is we didn't face it in secondary school. For the next one, challenges to arrange our timetable. We have to make sure our timetable is balanced. We have the time to do a rest, to do homework, to socialize, to go eat, to have a dinner and so on. So for the next one, we have to determine our credit hours. Credit hours is very crucial, it's very popular because if we cannot we cannot get the required credit hours, we cannot graduate from this university and we cannot get the degree. So credit hours is very important. We have to determine how much credit hour we are going to take for this semester, for the next semester, and so on. So it's actually not a problem to take a lot of credit hours in one semester, but it depends on ourselves. Neither we can apply it, neither we can arrange and manage a lot of workload and assignment that we have to do in a semester. The next one, the challenges in university, we have to make sure that we are going to graduate on time. So if we cannot graduate on time, we will spend at this university and at all university more than 4 years, and we have to pay extra tuition fee, which is we already don't want to do that. So graduate on time is very important. This is the challenges which is we didn't face it in our secondary school. So in our secondary school, we can say that if we spend 5 years at our secondary school, we will definitely get the SPM certificate from our school. But in university, there is some person maybe spend 8 years, 9 years, 10 years in order to finish just one degree. That happened in university life. So these are our challenges. The next one, we have to deal with a lot of department. As we know that we have the Ahmad Stat and a lot of department under our kuliah. So in order to get a reference, to register course and so on, we have to deal with a lot of department which is not happen at our secondary school. For the next one, transition of accommodation, or in bracket our hostel. Okay, the next one. We are not demanding to have a very comfortable hostel, but we cannot deny that our hostel is not as comfortable as our home. So this is our sacrifice. This is not a problem. This is challenges. Problem is different with challenges. Challenges is acceptable and understandable. Why problem? We didn't want to have problem. Challenges, there is person who love the challenges. So this is our sacrifice in order to get a degree. We have to sacrifice the comfortable room at our home. For the next one, lack of facilities. This is a common thing when we stay at hostel. For example, at Mahalah Bilal, the water dispenser is out of service last week. So this is the challenges that we have to face. Always, okay. For the next one is about the toilet. Toilet is located outside of the room and far. It's actually not a problem. As I said before, this is a challenge. So why, when the toilet is outside of the room, we have to walk and we have to spend time to go to the toilet, which is we consume time. So in order to have a very good time management, we also have to consider how much time we spend to go to toilet. Maybe if outside of the room, maybe we spend 30 seconds to go to the toilet and spend about 5 minutes at the toilet and came back 30 seconds. But if we stay at home, the toilet is inside our room, maybe just 2 seconds, maybe just we can jump from the bed into the toilet. So it didn't wasting time. For the next one is about the far from class. Our hostel is very far from the class, which is we have to consume a lot of energy and time. Instead of this energy and time, actually we can consume to read, to do the assignment, and even to have the rest. So we want to minimize, we want to reduce the consumption of energy and time in the university life, because we have to spend it on other things. We have a lot of work and workload to do. So rather than have to walk about 50 minutes or 20 minutes from our class to our mahalah, so that maybe we can spend the time to rest, maybe we can spend the time to read books and so on. And the next one is about the roommate. We cannot deny that staying at hotel there will be a lot of distraction for our roommates. For example, last week I was going to have a sleep at my compartment at hostel, and suddenly I heard my friend open the broadcast for the live streaming of English Premier League football match, and I was attracted with my friend. And I went to his compartment and I just planned to watch the football match for just maybe 5 minutes and 10 minutes. And what happened finally, I end up ending all the 90 minutes of the football match. And I end up at the night sleep at 2 a.m. So don't try this at home. Inshallah will not happen in the future. I failed to face this challenge. Okay, the next one is about the crowded. We cannot deny that when we stay at hostel, there is a loss of crowded places such as the cafeteria and laundry, which is if we stay at home, we will not face these challenges. So this is the transition. The next one is about the homesickness and why and symptoms. Okay, the next one. This is the reason why we face the homesickness in the university life, which is the first one about we are missing the bless and hospitality from our parents. As we know that, we all understand it. And our parents also the what we call it as advice supplier for us. Our parents will always motivate us when we are down. The second one is about we are actually not access. We cannot access. We are unaccessible to our favorite accessories at home, such as our motorcycle, our TV, and the game console, pad, and etc. Which is we cannot bring this to our hostel. This is the problem, and we are going to always remember the beautiful moment we are playing the game at home and so on. The next one is about culture. Sometimes we not only we miss our home, not only we miss our parents, but we miss the piece of our hometown, the village, the local cuisine, the food, the surrounding, and our friends at our home. So that is the why we are going to have homesick. So for the next one is about the symptom. The first one, the first symptom is about disturbed sleep pattern. Yes, when you always memorizing your home, your parents, you cannot sleep at night. Second, angry and scolding. When you cannot sleep at night and you are pretend to angry and scolding at other people because you think that other people are always trying to disturb you, rather than you are focused on going home. For the third one, is about you are going to isolate yourself because you think that everything surrounding you is no more important. What is more important is home. Just like that. The third one is about lack of concentration, which is if you are always imagining about home, so you are not going to focus on the class, or not going to focus on everything except home. The fifth, unmotivated, as I said before, we had lost our advice supplier, which is our mother and our father. And the sixth, we are going to count days to go back home as we are now. So we have about 7 days to go home, inshallah. And the last one is about the health problem. According to the loss of thinking about the home, but we cannot access the home. Thinking about home is not a mistake, but we cannot access it. So when you are demanding for something that you cannot access it, so it will be more broken, it will be more pain, rather than you cannot access thing that you can access it. So this is the health problem. So every challenges, every problem comes with solution, which will be stated by Irfan. Yes, Irfan, you know about how to solve the problem? Okay, I pass the floor to him. Please welcome.
You might be running out of time. What will you you just called it. Okay. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Okay, regarding what we call the points that you just pointed out just now. Okay, there are 4 points that I would like to highlight that we can utilize in order to overcome the homesickness in the process of transitioning from home to our university life. Okay, first of all is the exercising regularly. Okay, next slide please. Okay, exercising regularly. Okay, why I highlighted this point is that it helps us to maintain our focus. And secondly, it helps us to keep our health in check, and it also improves our endurance. Okay, why? Our body secretes cortisol, or what we call stress hormones, when our body are being stimulated by stress conditions. For example, we got lots of, we got lots of excitements, we are getting stressful. So the cortisol hormones will spike up. And when this goes too high, some of us, for example, we might be lack in concentration during the class when the cortisol hormone spikes up. Okay, next slide please. Okay, having enough sleep is the second point that I would like to stress out. Okay, Why? You need enough sleep is to preserve a good health state. When you are in a good health state, you can avoid from abstaining from the class. Okay, and the next is improving our mood. Okay, it shows in studies that people who sleep earlier and have enough sleep, they tend to be in a better mood for them to further their studies. Okay, and other than that is that having better memory and cognitive performance. Okay, the third one, next please. Okay, eating healthily. Eating healthily improves academic achievements. A study from the University in Maryland indicates that people who eat well-balanced food tend to perform well in their academic achievements. Okay, other than that, reduces chances of contracting diseases. Okay, the final point is to socialize. I characterize this into 2 points. One is to, we call hablu minan nas, to socialize between human. And the other thing is to hablu min Allah, which is to socialize with Allah. Okay, why? Okay, first is that when we socialize with human, we can acquire important information such as regarding our core subjects, essential facilities location. Other than that is to improve our socializing skill. This will be applied during our working period later on. And the final one for the human socializing improves our mental health state because we are human. We need to make a physical or virtual contact between us humans. Okay, for the hablu min Allah, it improves our relationship with Allah. By performing the fardhu salah, by iqam salah, has been stated for so many times inside the Quran. Okay, it also helps us to be a better Muslim. Like most of us coming from a variation of, a wide variety of backgrounds. So when we come to university, some of us tend to bring the mindset that, oh, I'm from, what we call village. So when I come to the university, I might look bad. So I didn't deserve the rahmah of Allah, the blessing of Allah. But it is different in the Surah Al-Zaman. Allah has said, Allah Ta'ala, لا تقنطوا من رحمة الله. Allah has said, do not astray from my love, from my blessing. Okay, the final point is make Allah as the infinite place of dependency. If you depend on a human can be quite selective sometimes. When you depend on your friend cannot be there for you the whole time. You can depend on your parents, but your parents may be gone. Like for example, today they are here and tomorrow they might be passed away. Like kullu nafsin za'iqatul maut. Every living shall face death. And the last part that we could concentrate is that summa ilayhi turja'un. Everything shall go back to Allah. Okay, so in conclusion, exercising regularly, having enough sleep, eating healthily, socializing with humans, and Allah may help us to adapt or overcome the homesickness in transitioning from home to university. Thank you. Are there any questions?